Hello, welcome back. Refresh that so it updates the tags. Just to check that it's updated the tags. No. Tags are there, but not down there. Whatever. I'm sure it'll update itself in a moment. Is there anything in here yet? That. Are there people I know live here? Correct the chat.
Fifth function test.
That's successful. Okie dokie, let's continue with the thingy. I want to get this damn thing done before I go to sleep. Or at least to a reasonable point, ideally. I don't know. Whatever. The file uploading thing and also folder. Oh, there you are. Okay. So where was I up to? I had it slicing, but almost? I don't remember exactly where I left off. Hopefully my computer doesn't bug out. Satisfactory kept dying on me. So I got that working, that's good. And that works, but that one doesn't. So what's going on there? Do I still have all my many logs? I think I might have disabled some things. That's giving me a lot of errors. So 1.4 is what it's telling me. So let's go. Give me my mouse. 1.4 is what that says. So it'd be 0, 1, 1 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and job done. Right. What's wireframe tell me? Tells me relatively the correct thing. So again, VA is 0, we push the thing, we log on what VA is. So it's 0, 1, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be correct. 0, 1, 4. So we've got two things that could be happening here. The midpoint is not where it's supposed to be. Or the second one's bugging out. But I doubt that's happening. Let's just dump that in there. Code again. We have the conditional thingy going. What is clip? We not already logging this? Log in MP. Don't really know what that 0 is, but sure. So we have 0, 1, 4, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 and 4 is the numbers we have. That's not right, is it? No, yeah, 1 and 4. And then we have 3. Oh, just logging one of the clips. Just have it like that, so it's not in an array thingy, just in case it does. So the first one should be 0, the second one should be 3, as it appears to be. Yeah, 0 and 3. Okay. So what is thy problemo? It appears as though this one is going. So if clips 0 plus clips 1 is not. Well, that should be 3. And 3 should be true, so it should default to, if not 0, which this one is not 0. I mean, if not that, so 0 is false, false is true. Okay. What the 0, 1's the right way around, we're ignoring that other one. One of them gets spliced in. So we got 4 and true. Interesting. That didn't say true or false. Maybe if I put brackets around it. Or probably just brackets around this. Perhaps that is the problem? Because it's not the first one plus whatever? I don't know. I doubt it. I've never had a problem like that before, or I've always had a problem like that, I never noticed. Oh, okay, there we go. Apparently that was the problem. Sure, why not? Uh-huh. So now we've got to get the diagonals working. That mildly works, then it doesn't. Okay. So, what's going on there? Where's my phone? I feel like I should probably put my phone in charge. Want to do a match. What bot did I match with today? That's my damn phone number. Who is me? Again. Get the text. Does it do it automatically? Nope. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Oh my god, why am I only matching guys right now? Oh god, what was that? Gave me an ad. Oh my god, I matched a girl. Are you real? I think you're a whale. It's hard to tell. She looks a lot larger than your average person, but not like 2 people on one sort of large. Very bot-like account though. I know absolutely nothing from this. Other than you're apparently an accountant. Whatever. Okay, so what's going on with the quarter pieces? The quarter pieces should be working, but are not because... Is it skipping a step? It shouldn't be. What I'm thinking is if it does this and they're both not inside the thing, so Like, this is working until certain... No, that should most definitely still be good. Oh, okay, it's just not working at all, never mind. Okay, I mean, I suppose I could look at what this thing's telling me. But that thing's gonna be telling me things all over the place. Whoa, we got 1, 3, 1, and 4. Oh, am I not clearing that? I'm not clear at MP, am I? Ah. That's the problem. Okay. Well, let's just get rid of all these logs. They're no use to me right now. No. No. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Well, that side seemed to work. Should get that text a little bit of transparency. Where am I? Where is this? Just so it's a bit easier to see the overlaps. Okay, how is that color gradient changing? Green, blue, red, green, blue, yeah. It seemed like it was doing a different pattern for a moment there. Okay, so what is the problem? I mean, other than the everything. It is... I don't know. I mean, the slicey dicey stuff should be doing the dicey slicey stuff. That was saying F++. Why? I don't think I want that happening. I should have it rendering the origin points. Medium points or whatever. And then just force everything through. So that doesn't seem to have broken anything. Now that still happens though. Also a square. Yeah, I guess so. Anything's any different here. Okay. So if we wanted to also display the midpoint, is the midpoint put in through... I mean, it's just its locations combined. If everything's triangulated, it should have that, but we don't care about the triangulated one. We want that one, but we don't have that one. I could just render it as is, but that's not really going to tell me anything, because I could just see where the vertices are, and where it clearly is being displayed. So that doesn't really help. I could create an extra face to be dumped through the middle, based on what these things are, but that's a mildly annoying thing to do. Did I just do the calculations wrong? Doesn't appear to be. This could be not right, but this is to do with the clip thing, so it's irrelevant. It's showing that. Which is implying it's getting cut across the top. Okay, I could see that. No, I can't. Okay, let's not do any slicing. We just want this one to go every time. Which means F+, no, it doesn't mean F++. With that one going every time, we should just see the entire face as it is. Okay, well there's a problem. Did it just crash? Is that an infinite loop? Interesting. Huh. The heck? Does that happen when I go out the other side? Yep. Huh. What's happening there? Why would that be causing a problem? What reason could we have for that? Damn it. Maybe this is the problem. Is it this thing? No. No. I did have something at one point just output somewhere and it used a length, an L. That was this thing. Could it be that? It's not giving me an error, it's an infinite loop. Do I still have the task manager up? Oh, blimey. The heck is this? Where is the location of this damn file? What? Okay, I need to restart this browser. It's using 50% of my graphics card right now, and I mean of my CPU. And I don't think it's because of this. Because that did not make a drop. Something was latched onto this thing. It's not something I can quit with this. Wait, why is that open? Is it trying to load up all my tabs? Perhaps. Where's Twitch? Amazon stuff. Twitch. What's that do? Absolutely nothing. Alright, what's it doing now? Okay, that would be spiking the CPU for a bit. We're back down to 50% CPU usage. That is still too damn high. Yeah. Alright. Get the heck on out of here, browser. Don't you be blooping at me. The heck is that? That I just went like with my CPU usage. That was it using, that's when I crashed the tabs, and that's when I just quit it. I don't know what's going on there. Oh. This is currently the only window I have open. Wait, did this just change? It's back down to the floor usage. I have 2 of those. Just reopen everything up. This might just be opening things on a window I can't see. Yep. I have 2 of those. Seems to be good. Relative to what it was before. Get the heck on out of here, everything. That's looking a heck of a lot better. Okay, reload that, reload this. Maybe it was playing the stream on one of my tabs, I need to notice. But the feeling of D-Life. Yeah, it is up a bit further now. No? Okay. Where'd the other chat window go? There was 2 of them, right? Did I quit it? Oh, one's over here. Let's see if that started correctly. Maybe? Did I just not see? Probably. Could have been connecting this that did
it. 5th function test.
No. I have not the foggiest what the world was going on with that piece of junk then. Using like 80% of my CPU with nothing even there. But whatever. Let's load everything the heck on down. No clue. Still crashes that though. I wonder what does it though, because it works for a while and then it has an infinite loop. So what's causing the infinite loop? The infinite loop is only if I do this. I don't care about anything there, I want both faces to exist, and I want to remove the initial face. I want a plus a face because I don't actually know why. That should not make a difference. That's why I commented out of the other one. Okay, so that should just add in both faces into MF. It should splice, remove that one, and add these in. F should be F. Should not be altered. So F is the current face it's looking at. We're just removing that and replacing with this. And then we are breaking. So that breaks out of this, and we go back and we're doing the next face. So we +1 because we added 2 faces in here. Why do we +1? Shouldn't we want to be on this one? No, because we don't care. We removed that. So I'd want to continue doing this one with the next edge, and then so on. Because one edge can only hit two sides. One side can only hit two edges. So if we hit two, we did a slice, job done. That edge is never going to hit anything else to do with the triangle. Okay. So what the heck is causing this to happen? This thing is being cleared now, as it should be. MF is MF. CMA, this is all what it should be. I don't see any reason why. Is C being cleared? Yes. Let's just move that over here, where the thing's being cleared off. MP is what I'm supposed to be clearing. I don't see any problems. Okay, I guess the question is what part of it is looping? What is this here for? Oh, I think that was telling me something. What was that? $4934. Potential out of memory crash. Right. I mean, I got a big spike in my RAM. Nope. But RAM is unusually high. I did quit Chrome before I started my Facebook one. Do Facebook notifications. Better check them out. I don't think I did. The crash. Huh? Oh my. I crashed everything that wasn't what I wanted to crash just then. I selected the stuff I didn't want to crash, then crashed them. Damn it, it's a real pain to get to the extensions with this browser. Oh, I'm just gonna button for it now, it's nice. Oh, the one thing I didn't crash. Yeah, ad block is currently not there. Let's not refresh that one because it's going to mess with things. Okay, Facebook, ad block. Probably. Get out of here. Fresh. Another new notification. Just popped up. That didn't do much to RAM at all. What's using on my RAM? I mean, of course it is, but it just never seems to add up. I'm only seeing 4 gigs of RAM being used, maybe 5 in all of my processors. So for, 6, 7, 8, let's just say that's 4, and that would be 5. I mean, that's almost 6, I guess. And somehow you're expecting all of these megabytes to add up to 14 minus 6, 12 minus 6. So another 6 gigs of RAM is being used here. It does not add up, even if there is a bajillion of these things. You'd need over 1,000 of them to be 1 megabyte. Yeah, just doesn't make sense. Anyway. Oh boy. What? What's happening? What the heck was that? I'll be doing some diagnostic thing or something. I hate that damn stuff. These browsers open up like a diagnostic thing every now and again. and it just hammers your CPU and hard drives. I don't know, it's probably just like a sub one. Oh god, I wish I had more controls over the applications like you do on mobile phones, at the very least. What am I doing? I mean, if they did, something like what I'm doing now would never happen, because why would people give that much power to this web browser and all that? Okay, so there's an infinite loop somewhere. It said it was on here, the splicing the thing. So, I mean, that was just where it stopped it, but this is where it was doing something or other. What is happening here? So into this positioning I'm putting Esper. That's what's happening here. I do not see how that would be an infinite loop. Okay. It's something to do with putting two of these things through, because it works fine if there's just one of them. Right? Damn it, I'm getting too tired. Stuff I sort of want to do tomorrow as well. But there's a whole heap of stuff I gotta do before I can go. So I'm probably not going to. I really hope I do though. I've been meaning to go to it since the beginning of the year. Since last year. Oh god. So I missed out on like the last 7 of them. Bruh. That's because it's been too damn hecka hot. And then the sleep cycles don't line up. Just endless amount of excuses. Oh, come on. Because it's not doing the full reload. Well. It doesn't bug up in that corner, does it? No. Perhaps it could be something to do with the negative values. I feel like this was a thing at one point. I don't know why though. It should work just like everything else does. I think because it doesn't matter. Why do I feel like there was only actually 2 of these? Because you're just dealing with a corner. There's only 2 corners. And you just look at the different perspectives of it. So, how does that work? So, that would be that top corner. So that and that is the top corner, and then that and that is the bottom corner. No. And then for my example of literally I figured it out, it seemed to be working perfectly acceptably. So where am I going wrong here? I don't think it's the way I'm logging it. What would happen if I turned that one on though? That is for the potential slices that didn't actually get sliced. Nobody I know is on BeLive today, right? Not at the moment. No. Ah. Bruh. How could that possibly happen? I mean, the only way I could think of it has to be this, but that doesn't work. I mean, that is correct. That is not. It's keeping the wrong one. That's all I can possibly imagine. But how? It'd be a heck of a lot easier if I could see everything. But that does an infinite loop. Why does it do an infinite loop? Okay, maybe it's the way that I'm splicing? Oh god. No, maybe it's... I cannot see any damn reason why this doesn't work. I expect to be so damn tired out of absolute nowhere. I was perfectly wide awake. I'm like, you know what, let's do this. Expecting to be up for ages playing games still. Uh-huh. No. What the what? Why would the top one work? Why would that one not work? Does the bottom work? Yeah. Can't help but notice names flickering around. I mean, that to me looks like we're doing duplicates here. What are we doing? We're going through all edges, then all sides. So technically I feel like this should be f plus equals 2. Because we've already done this one, I've already done that one on this edge. So perhaps that's where the infinite loop comes from, just rounding errors. Slices out an extra triangle out of the triangle that we just sliced out, which then creates another rounding error. And no more flickery thing. There we go. Okay, so it slices across the top, and then it slices up. So across there, down there, across there, then up. So it sliced through there, and that was outside, that was inside, then it slices. Wait, what? We're keeping both. Why is that one not sliced? Huh? What? Is it because I was doing 2? I very, very much doubt it. Well, okay then. That's alright. I need smaller text sizes. Or a bigger triangle. Smaller text sizes is easier. So that's oh. That's the same as down here. Except one's in the view and one's not. Okay, so we should have that shape. It goes boop, 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 slices through there. So 0, 1, and then yeah. So 0 to 1 gets sliced. Then 1 to 2 gets sliced. That creates two triangles. So it's doing 0 to 0, 1. 0, 1 is the thing. So then it goes to 1, 2, 1, 2 to 2, and then we're done. And then it's doing 0, 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 2, and then we're done. So now that has a triangle there and a big shape here. Is it because now we have more edges? No. So then we go through it again. So then we do up, because we haven't done the up yet. So we want an up to happen to here and the up to happen to here. Why do I do the damn plus plus? We splice out that one, which makes this one the current F. We break. That goes back. Breaks this because we don't know the vertice. If anything, we should be minusing one. No. No. Okay, no. We want I to go up by 1. No. We want F to go up by 1. Because we've done the 2. No, because, oh my god. Because we now have two triangles, both of them have had that checked. So we should say F plus 1 and then break, and then it goes up a second time. So it's at where it's currently at, then we ended that, so we go to the next one, be plus 1, so it's after that. Okay. So we do want a plus 1. Okay. But that should not be what's doing the error. So with that, both of these have that edge done. We go to the next space. There is no next space, so then we go again for the next side. So now we're going up this way. Would be 0 to 1, 0.1, so we'd be going to that one, which would have an intersection. And then we'd be going to 1, 2, nothing there, 2, nothing there, 2, 0, there would be another one there. There was a second one there. So then we want to cut these faces, so 0 to 0, 0, 1. And then that is the first cut, so we would then go to 2, then we'd go to 0. So that would be that face there. The next one would go starting here, it would go from that one to that one to that one. So that one to that one. And then we're done. So its 0, 1 would be that coordinate first. So then when we triangulate, we're saying 0 to the next one, so 0, 1, 2, done. We remove that one, so 0, 2, 3, done. And then 0, 3, 4. Or at least that's how it should be going. Is there a problem with that? Are the order of the vertices somehow messed up? Because it should be going this one to that one to that one to that one to that one. And then this one to that one to that one, this one, that, that. And then we're done. Do we have another offset issue? I don't see how we would. Oh boy.
Hey stranger,
Alright.
you can call me Hieronymus Flex because I'm on the Lambo.
That'll do.
Wanna
So we
flex
want to
like
start this,
Call me.
and
1, 3, 3, 4, 3.
I guess we want to know the side. We don't care about P. And we sort of want to know what that is. So if when it cuts, we want to know what VA is. We want to know what MP is. And I guess we want to know what clip is. Okay, so it should say that, then the sides, then when it doesn't cut on a side, then for that base, which vertices did it join together? Which should it have joined? For one, and for the other, and then which should it join? So probably want to put a space in between those. Okay. What information do I got? Invalid left-hand assignment. Why? It's just not done. 4989. Oh. I don't like night viewers anymore. Late night, my time. So we start the thing 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 2, and then we have a 3 slicing through. We have a 0 to 1 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 4. Yep. And then the second one is a 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 to 4 was where the slices were. One of them is a 7, so that one's on the outside. This is a 0, it's on the inside. False, false. It's not both of them. And then side. Doopy doopy doop. Oh, that one will be on again. Okay. So I'll put it down here just to check. Back my mouse. The arrows are for. So we start, and on the first side, so side 0. No, that's not right. Okay, well there's a bit of confusion. Side 0 should be the top, not the bottom. Intriguing. Just weird dimension issues, I suppose. But whatever. So side 0, so then we say 0, 1, 3, and 4. So 0 to 1 to 3 to 4 would be that. And the other one is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So 1 and 3 are the slicing locations. It's this one's inside, that one's outside. False, true. So the first one is a 0, but they're both not a 0. Or whatever. Okay. So let's try a corner piece. What the world is that saying? So we start, we have a 0, so bottom, so first, no. So it'd be that, so it's this side, that side, that side, that side, I guess. No. That, whatever. So we got 0, 1, 3, 4, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be this. And the other one is 1, 2, 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3. Hang on. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Huh? Oh, that one's first one. So it's got 0, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And the other one's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1 and 3, that's great. So now we should have 2 faces. Although we only have one more that slices through. So 0, 1, 5. So 0, 0, 1. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 0, 1, and 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be the 1, 5. Then we have a 7, 0, because that part's on the outside, this part's on the inside. False, false, because, yeah. Okay, so that is implying to me that it is the triangulation that's somehow messed up. Looks like a real person. In the small preview. Man, I hate it how some people just have like these crazy laws that they build for a game by just playing it, which just isn't there, and they just make it up themselves as they go, and it seems like so much fun. Unless there is like a lore thing about a guy who's obsessed with the sweet rolls. Hand's not even attached.
I could eat sweet rolls all my life. That'd be fine with me. I could eat sweet rolls all my life.
So what am I doing? What the heck's the problem? Oh yeah, triangulation, potentially. So, this thing's messing up if there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, how could that possibly be messing up if there's 5? I do not understand that. Where'd my screenshotty thing go? The screenshotty thing. Oh, screenshotty thing? Okay.
Ah, how quaint.
There it is. No, that's not right. So that should be 0 there. V is less than length minus 2. Okay. So V should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3. 0 is less than 3. So this length should be 5. 5 is greater than 3. So we push through 0 and then 1 and then 2? Is this the problem somehow? Should be fine. 0, 1, 2. And then we splice out 1, 1. So this thing. Oh, that's my problem. This should just be 0, 1, 2, not anything to do with B. And then we splice out 1, 1, and then we go again. We don't have a break, whatever. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we 5, 4, 3. This is going to go 3 times. So the first time we go. No message. No. The first time we go, it creates a triangle there. 1, 2, 3. And then the second time there. And then we only have 3 left, so it does that one. Job done. That was all 3. It breaks out. Okay. So that should probably be just that error. Which would fix that one, but not the other one is doing. Unless somehow magically it does. I don't see how. Okay, so that one doesn't look so super glitched anymore. And that one also appears to be fine. So now it's this one that's the weird problem. Unless this has magically fixed things. I mean, I also commented out F being plussed, so maybe... whatever. Fresh. No. Okay. So I can see clearly when that happens and when that happens. Well, what's I gotta say about that? It could be something to do with the inverted directions, but I very much doubt it. So that one should be the 0. No, it's 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, which is what it should be. This one should be 2, so 0, or no. Oh yeah, 0, 1, or 0, 1, whichever way it happens to go. And that one is 3, so it must be 0, 1, 2. Oh, it's 2, whatever. Okay, and then this one would be 1 or whatever. No? Oh, yeah, it's 0. So it is the bottom one first, which is not the way that I want it to go, but it doesn't seem to be interfering with anything. I could try flipping it around. So that apparently should be the -1, and that one is not the -1. So it shouldn't break anything by doing that. It should just make things the way that I think it is. I wonder if he's supposed to say tears or tears. Yeah, tear and tear is spelled the same, right? Okay. Tear and tear. So it should be tear, yeah. What? Hang on. T-E-A-R. T-E-A-R. T-A-R-E. Tear and tear. That one. So what was that on? Where was I up to? Okay, so this should all work the same. So this one should be 3 as it always is. This one is 0 now. So it does 0, then has a cut. And then this one is 1. So 0, 1, then cut. 0, 1, 2, then cut. And then 1, 2, 3, cut. Okay. I suppose that just magically fixed stuff. Let's just check. So we should be able to see everything. So we start here, we have 0, has a cut through. And then this is 0, so that would have been the first side. This is a 1. The other side is a 3. So they're both on the outside. This example. This is shuffled, right? I don't think it is. Okay, so they're both on the outside, so they both still exist. So then we have 2 and 5, so it would be cutting through here. So 2 and 5. That would be cutting down here. 0, 1. So this should be face 0, this should be face 1 for the cut down the middle. And then 2 and 5 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, that's cut locations, never mind. 1 and 2. So 1 and 2 is correct. So that would be this segment and that segment. Both segments are with... I suppose if it's already cut and then it cuts it again and it's still not inside, then we could just ignore those two, but whatever. So they both still exist, so now we have that one, and that one. And then I paused it so it never finished. So we have a 2 and 3, which 0, 1, 1, 2, and then 3. So 2 and 3, we've got 2 faces, and then 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then we've got 0 and 3. So that should be the 0 there and the 3 here. So 1, 2, 3. So according to this should be working perfectly fine. Maybe somehow by inverting that thing magic happened. So... bring you back again. There you go away. I really did not appreciate that song when I first heard it, because it was so hard to see that while also paying attention to what the world was going on in the game. Because it was like revealing this whole new big open world map, and there was like stuff happening, the songs playing, and I look at all of the things around the place, and the animation was a bit bugged out for a guy, I think, and it's like, oh my god, what's going on? And the song was just getting crazier and crazier, and it was like, oh, and then it was over. You could only watch it once. Give me back my mouse. Okay, I think magic... Oop, that's not right. Oh, I suppose because we got a potential cut. Why is that one kept though? So we've got a corner that's in one segment, so it's the 1, 2, and then it's 2, 3. Oh, we can literally just see still. So we start there, yep. And then we should have a 1, 3, so... a 1, 3. Oh, yeah, 2, 3. Have I been looking at the wrong number again? Whatever. So 1, 2, 3, yes. And then we have a 2, 3 again. No, we just have a 2, 3. Okay. So we're only having 2, 3s. They are both still actually on the outside. Okay, that's an interesting thing. They are both still on the outside. Why is only one of them being displayed? Because I guess we only care about one of these? No, because this is going through length of MF. Both of these things would be put through MF. So we should have two faces here. Why does it only show one? And why is the one it shows wrong? Okay, we just simply need to check to see if there's two things that pop out of this before the triangulation. So MF should only have one thing in it at the end of the day. So if MF length is equal to 1, F is just 0. Okay, I didn't count on listing so many of this thing. Oh, hello, kitty cat. How's it going? Okay, cat, don't give you near enough attention, do I? Because it's too damn hot. It's been like that for months now. I know, it's terrible. Usually it's like 2, maybe 3 months of it being too damn hot. It's been like 4, 5. November, December, January, February, March. 5 months of this damn heat. Only had 3 weeks off. Okay, and then I just say F equals 0. I should probably be VAR'd as well. And that should get rid of that extra face, which only appears once it's gone from where it's supposed to be, yeah. That one, on the other hand, should not be existing. But maybe it fixed both. Somehow the one that exists is not the 0. Nope. That hasn't helped a damn thing. What? This isn't good. Covenant block. Kitty cat wants some food. We're back. And back. So, what was up to? Yeah, if cut face is equal to 1, then that means a face was cut. At the end of the day, there should only be 1 there, but that doesn't work, because if there was 2, if at any point 2 were created, then we do not want to create 2. Okay, so we just need another condition here. I guess if f is greater than 1. No. Yes. Because just like I was doing with the other one, if I have this shape, if I have that shape, we're going to cut through here and we're going to cut through there. The first cut, it's potentially both on the outside. If it's both on the outside, then we have 2 faces now. So then we cut this top one first, and this is now face number... No, we're looking at face 0. Okay, so that doesn't work. Great. I was thinking if we weren't on phase 0, because I was thinking this was phase 2 or something. No. Okay, so it would just simply be if this length, if this length is less than 2, I guess. If it's less than 2, then we want to do this. If it's not less than 2, then that means we already have 2 here, in which case, if both of these are false, there's no more cuts that are going to happen that are going to put this inside the field of view. We're done with that. So we can just ignore both of these faces. Actually, we want to slice. We want to splice the existing one. So we can ignore both of these, we don't want to add them, and that face that's there can get gone. Okay, and then we'd be checking this one, and there would be one that's in, one that's not, in which case we want the one that's in, job done. So F didn't get plussed, because we're not skipping one, we're just where we are, there is no next one, so then we go again, we're now at the next edge, and that fixes everything? I really do not remember doing any of this damn stuff. And I've done it 3 times now. This is the 4th time. I mean, I was having flashbacks at one point, but they're gone. Damn it! GI. That's weird. I was scratching my eye. This entire word went into the blind spot of my eye. And I could just see this and the screen and that and this, but this text had just completely vanished. That was weird. Had one eye closed. There it is. God, that's weird. If I close my right eye and I look at this 3, then loading 100% disappears from existence. But I can see everything around it. It's just insane how that's a thing. Actually do have a literal blind spot in your eye that you never noticed. Every person has it. Anyway, so what the hell's going on here? So we're doing that. And then... Oh, somebody joined. Hello. You happen to still be here. Feel free to ask questions if you want to know what's going on. So we start side 0, so this is the top one. We have a thing, we'd get a stuff, it's a 2, 3, so it's this corner, that side. Then we have another slice on the 3, so this should be 0, 1, 2, 3? Wait, no, we don't have any other slices. We only have 2. But if we only have 2, it should be excluded from here. The length could only be 1.
Blemmin, hey, what's up?
Hello. Just trying to still get this damn thing working. As always. Welcome to the last, like, 100 days of this project. Round 7. What am I doing? So MF, yeah, MF length is equal to 1, then we want this to go. If we have a cut face, we do have a cut face. How is that possible?
Blemmin, been a few days since I was last here. What are you solving today?
I'm trying to do the GPU optimization finally. So, I'll just unpause. This is a mesh on the screen, as you would do, so it's a 3D screen space thing, and I just don't care about one of the dimensions. So it's the same for all of them, for the Z. And then we have the field of view of the camera, which is half the size that it's supposed to be. And you can see it gets cut as it goes through the field of view, but not quite correctly. I'm not sure what's going on there. So what I'm trying to do is get it so corners work. So that's a corner working. You got it cutting at the top and also on the side. The problem is it does that. We don't have the top half of it, which is weird. We have the bottom half of it, which is still weird. And we have whatever's going on over this side. We're just completely losing a vertice. So I did have it working somewhat for like up and to this side and that corner, but now it's more consistently broken everywhere. Except for this side is working. Never mind. I guess I just flipped this side with that side. So that I do not understand. And everything here is telling me that this should not be what's happening.
Blemmin, damn, so you basically need to add extra vertices in certain cases?
Yeah. So basically what I'm doing is very simply put, I'll just go for this one. So we have a, draw more inside. We have a triangle like that, but we only want this interior part. So what I'm doing is I'm slicing across this top line, and then we have this part at the top and this part at the bottom. Then I'm checking to see where the middle of this is and where the middle of this is. And let's just say the middle of this bottom half is outside the field of view. If one of them was inside the field of view, then we want to keep that triangle and we don't care at all about the other one, because the other one's outside the field of view, we don't care. And then we continue slicing around, so the next side to slice is this one, and then the bottom one, and then this side. So yeah, we're done that one, we got 2 things, and then we don't care about the top one if the bottom one is on the inside. But if they're both on the inside, we keep both of them. So then this side has to cut both triangles to see if that makes one of them go on the inside. So then we have 1 point over here and 1 point over there. Both of those are on the outside. Because this is not the first 2 to get sliced, or the first one to get sliced, there's already one there. We don't care about either of these, because there's no way that I can slice with any other side to make this suddenly be in the inside. And then we're supposed to slice this side, so this bottom one, I mean, the second face. One of these is going to be on the inside, one of these are going to be on the outside, job done. We now have this shape on the inside. And that's basically how that works. That one thing should work in every possible condition of all of these faces. Supposedly supposed to be.
Blemmin, fascinating.
But it ain't. So I've ditched all of the optimizations I was supposed to be doing. This was supposed to be a whole heck more efficient than this, because the problem with this one is if I have another face that's over here, I have to check all 3 sides of this face again, even though this one face down the middle here, that's already been calculated. We already know where both intersections for that one is. So ideally, we would have another face down here, would have another face over here. So all 3 sides of this face would have to be checked twice with the way that I'm doing it currently, which is a whole heck of a lot of extra math you got to be doing. So I'm supposed to be doing it a more efficient way where that doesn't have to happen because I'm doing it edge by edge rather than face by face, or each face's edges. I'm doing just the edges and not caring about the faces. But I can't actually think of any way to just do edges and have it be actually quicker than doing the faces. And then at some point, if I can get it working, the next step is to then migrate all of this code so it works on the graphics card instead of the CPU, which is going to add a minimum of a 4 millisecond delay, which is somewhat annoying. 4 millisecond delay, 8 millisecond delay, going up by 4s, depending on how long the graphics card takes to calculate it. But if it's less than 4 seconds to just do it on the CPU, then I don't care. So I have no clue if that's actually going to be more efficient or not, but at least I can test that. I got a whole debugging thing I can just dump through to see how long this thing takes. But yeah. So the question is, why is it not working?
Blemin, any thoughts on this course, by the way? Linked here.
The art and science of drawing? I wouldn't have a clue. I mean, first off, I just don't watch tutorials in general. Oh, I hate this damn site. Usually people have absolutely, like, I don't care about this. I mean, you could say whatever you damn well want with this, but that doesn't mean you're actually going to teach this in any meaningful way. Who this course is for? Why do I read that in a weird way? Who this? What's his video like? Is his video actually a good video? Because that doesn't tell you anything. Yeah, it may not be a talent, but it damn well helps. To me, a talent is just basically how quickly you can learn a particular thing. Like, I can do programming 1,000 times quicker than most people. Art's 1,000 times slower.
Udemy is terrible at times, but this looks okayish. Not sure.
Well,
I'll have to give it a shot, I suppose.
The background definitely looks real nice.
Here's how it works. Each day, you'll watch one video lesson that will teach you an essential drawing skill. After you do the recommended practice, you're ready for the next lesson.
Award-winning.
Here in this basic skills course, you'll start off at the very beginning. You'll learn basics like how to hold a pencil. From there, you'll learn how to draw any shape imaginable. And finally, you'll be introduced to a drawing process that will allow you to observe, analyze, and draw any subject. The tools and techniques you'll learn in this course will help you draw from both observation and imagination.
Oh, this seems quite nice.
Apply these basic skills to a wide range of subjects. There's even a bonus demonstration on basic figure drawing. Drawing is an essential skill. It lays the foundation for almost every other creative endeavor. Powerful, time.
I hate this text. That could have definitely been done better.
Moscow W. Bish, you're trying to build a 3D engine using 2D canvas?
No, I've already done that part. I'm just optimizing. Yeah, I guess that looks like a pretty good tutorial, although it just sort of turns into text at the end there. It'd be nice if they showed some actual footage from a tutorial, like a preview of him teaching a part of the lesson, you know? Just a section of it. Be like, do this, and then this, and this is what this is, you know, just something like that. But yeah, for $13, you know, whatever. Well, I guess it's 44% off. But yeah, I would, sure, why not? If I knew what sort of damn type of art I wanted to do. I keep saying damn a lot lately. Anyway. Yeah, I can show you what the engine looks like currently if you like. If you're still there, let me know if you're still there. And I will show you what it looks like. It just means I have to undo a bit of code. It only takes a second. But there's no point if you don't want to see, or you've gone. Yep. So it works. It's all there. It's playable. You could build a game in it. Well, I could build a game in it anyway. I'm just doing optimizations currently, so the graphics card runs a whole heck of a lot faster. It's all done using my own code, no libraries or anything, any junk like that. Line by line, letter by letter. Again, no libraries. I am using the graphics card, but not the way you think. There's no magical things going on there. It's just using the graphics card to run my code. Using WebGL to send my code to the graphics card. But it's not doing any magical, you give it a thing and it spits out an object. At least it is, but that's only because I made it do that letter by letter. Every pixel is there because I told it to be there. No magical stuff. Anyway, what about it's a damn hair in my eye? It's just like blowing around the place. Keep going to grab it, it goes away, and it just comes back a few seconds later.
Moscow W. Bish. But why?
Why not? Why do anything? Okay. So what was the problem? It's only got one half of it, so it's slicing it through there. It should have both, but it only has one. Why? This is telling me what? I'm just trying to do like the graphics optimization. So it's slicing an object depending on where it's intersecting with the screen, which is something I've done many times before, but I'm just rebuilding it for this new stuff in the engine. So it only seems to work if it's intersecting with that in some sort of way. Do I have the optimization-y thing turned on? No, I do not. I wonder if that would magically make it work. That optimization just bypasses this problem. I need to code around it, if there's nothing to code around. Text wasn't disappearing for a while. Huh. Where is locations?
Moscow W. Bish. There's nothing magical about what graphics cards do.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like currently. So all I gotta do is get rid of all of this. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. And let's just put my loading screen on just because I can. First, we should probably get rid of the text. Otherwise, there's going to be text everywhere. Load in the things. And comment that. Comment this. Is that one line too many? Nope, should be fine. Nope. Yes, yeah, that's fine. Actually, I don't even need to do that, do I? Because this does that, it would just be resetting everything anyway. Okay. And the last bit is to add this back. Blam. There we go. So this is what the engine currently looks like, unless I've made a mistake there and the whole thing's broken. So this is running entirely on the canvas, that part there. No magical graphics card stuff going on. And then when the WebGL initializes, takes a moment. Bam.
Moscow W. Bish. What do you mean by magic? The shading stages? The optimizations?
I mean how it goes unimaginably quick for some reason. I don't understand that magic. When I coded, it doesn't go that quick, so it seems like magic to me. Where did my music go? There it is. Yeah, so this is what it looks like currently. I have some basic sort of... Every now and again, I jump higher. I haven't figured that one out yet. And what's that? Who knows? Basic physicsy sort of things. I've disabled it so I don't hit the roof. Otherwise, I could have it so it hits... Oh, there we go. No, now it's jumping higher again. Probably because I was just down on the ramp a bit. Nope, that is definitely lower. Not low? I don't know. Yeah, I could have it so you collide with the roof and walls and stuff, but currently you could just walk through things. The only thing is the ground. And the ground is just whatever's below you, so if I could go up there and that becomes the ground. You know, I could stand on any mesh that's being rendered. I got normal maps, roughness maps, which currently have my roughness map turned off, emission maps, and well, specular, real-time lighting, non-shadow kind. I also have a shadow kind one, but that's not good. Works, but terribly. And it makes everything go real slow. Yeah, I got spotlights and point lights. I should have one that's moving around in a circle. That'd be cool. I gotta add that. highlighting of objects, so you can see stuff, and I can interact with things, which makes the lights go away because they're not quite loaded in properly. Reflection maps, which are not real-time, but I also have real-time reflections if that's a thing I have. Not currently the best for this version of how I render things, though. I don't think the reflection map's quite working with that either. Yeah. Skyboxes, and that's just like a cool black hole thingy I did. Because why not? Just for the game that I was trying to make, which is sort of fallen apart a bit because I suck at art UI. That's where my project go to die. Yep. It can handle about 1,000 polygons per frame, as it currently is. After I do the GPU optimization, it's going to be a heck of a lot better when in GPU mode. The CPU mode doesn't have proper per pixel calculations, so z-depth, the z-depth intersections of faces is a bit off. A whole face is either in front or behind. There's no middle ground of two faces clipping together. And then there's this constant wireframe problem on the CPU side, which you can see with the loading screen. If I pause it. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but there's this wireframe everywhere.
So it isn't WebGL?
It is WebGL, but not the way you think of it. None of the magical stuff, as I said. The WebGL, as you would imagine WebGL if you ever used it, the entire screen is basically one polygon. So it's just one big old square on the screen, and it's basic. It's using this image here. So this image is all of the things that you see within the field of view of the camera, relatively. A little bit more than that. Not entirely. It will be once I finish this optimization, but right now it's a bit more than you can see within the field of view. So yeah, this is all the vertice information, face, objects, lights, everything information is all dumped into this big image. And it goes through all of these things. It says which pixel am I currently at, and then it runs a whole heck of a lot of math, which I have over here. You know, like 1,000 lines of this one, and another 1,000 of this one. And that spits out the magical, this thing. That spits out all of this. So it's not like I have a 3D cube, I give it the vertex information, the UV information, and a 3D object gets spat out. It literally is all my math doing that. I mean, it is doing that, but not WebGL default stuff. So doing it my way, it's nowhere near as fast as it would do it if you did it the default way, I imagine. Because I have like, what, 339 faces right now, and at this angle, for some mysterious reason, I haven't quite figured out how to optimize the graphics card beyond that. But yeah, it's using basically 100% it's using 80% of my 1070 here. 85, let's just say 80% of it, to just render 340 faces with lighting and normal maps. So, you know, you compare that to any sort of game you would usually play on your computer nowadays, that's a little bit lacking. Although it is using WebGL stuff and WebGL's version of OpenGL and all that.
Bish. So you're manually writing the fragment data?
Well, yes, I guess, yes. So I'm creating a fragment shader,
Instead
and that's
of letting rasterizers do it?
Yeah, I guess. So the rasterizer is my fragment shader. I've hand-coded the whole thing rather than using magical pre-existing stuff. So I guess magical stuff is stuff that I didn't create, would be the best way to describe it. I mean, within reason. There's a whole lot of stuff I'd like to do, like when it loads, more so for the first time. I have it force loading, so it does a thing.
Moscow W. Bish. The magical stuff is why it goes so fast.
Yeah, so I want to know why that goes so fast by me doing it. But yeah, if I was to change something about the graphics card, the fragment shaders and things, it takes a really long time when it initializes the GPU things, which is really annoying because it's got to compile the shaders to send them across. And it takes a really long time to do that. So if I could pre-compile it, I could make that go a heck of a lot faster. I could send it up in stages, I could do all sorts of different things. That's one thing I really hate about the way that it does this, because that lag is going to be there, and if you're loading both fragment shaders as they currently are, that could be like 20 seconds of you just sort of sitting there waiting, wondering what's going on. Very annoying. The best I got is that, because the whole thing freezes while it's doing it, so it just says, might freeze when yellow for a sec. If people happen to look down here to have a look at that. I guess I could have like a thing pop
Moscow
up bigger.
W Bish. That's a limitation of WebGL. You
Yeah.
can't load precompiled cached shaders.
Yep.
It's there for security reasons.
But I mean, if at the very least it was like an async thing, so it could still run while it was loading, or I could send it up in stages, so I could have like global functions that I could define, because half of my code is like just my functions. It's just all this stuff. Like the first 700 lines is just functions which they all need, and that's just really annoying.
Moscow
So
W Bish. I think what you want is off-screen canvas.
no, that's not at all what I want. The canvas. So this thing for the graphics card literally just dumps out a complete image that I just plonk onto the canvas. Job done, I assume. The canvas just automatically plonks itself down when it does a WebGL. So the WebGL canvas is different to the 2D canvas. You can't interact with it the same way. So I have a WebGL canvas, a 2D canvas, then a WebGL one that's plastered over the top. No, the other way around. It's underneath, so that way I can show stuff like wireframe and bounding box things. Yeah, and rendering on the CPU, which isn't... It's a little bit buggy because of stuff. Once I finish this optimization, the CPU rendering can do textures and things back to how it used to be. Although the textures are inverted, which is very interesting. Just the way that the graphics card likes to do its thing. Anyway, so A1 is... where? Gives me back my mouse. A1's up here on the CPU side, and over here on the GPU side. So it's just that one axis that's flipped, which messed up so much damn stuff till I figured out that's what was happening. Because 0, 0 is here on the canvas, but it's down here on WebGL. Fragment shader. But yeah. Anyway, that's how that looks. So the graphics card should run about 3 times faster once I finish this optimization, and the GPU is going to go a little bit slower. Pause. So yeah, they're going about equal at the moment. I think by default they are about equal. So if the black line is where the blue line is, there's no delay. I guess it's just bumped up by that by default. Anyway, so the black line is the graphics card, the blue line is the CPU performance. If it reaches the top, it drops frames basically. But the GPU one's not
How do
entirely
you get the graph to appear?
the same way I get everything to appear. I made it myself. Yeah, the GPU thing's not accurate. I could also make the graph full screen. Boop. And I could add all of this other stuff to it. Oh, I got the mouse over thing. Huh. So browser lag, I hate that one. That's lag which is actually happening outside of my control. So, maybe like an async function, I guess, would be doing that.
Blemmo.
Or
I
non-async.
mean, what do you press to do it? I want to see why it's lagging on my machine.
Oh, it'd be the graphics card. It's tilde. Above tab, next to 1. On the top right of your top left of your keyboard, below escape. Yeah, you could tick this thing to see what things are. Every time you click it, it changes color, so you can make it nice and clear. GPU overhead. Why isn't that the one that's being displayed? Huh. So that one should be lag created by the GPU. And then the black line's just a super rounded version of that, I guess. But it's off... I don't know. I guess because those spikes are just so sharp. Who knows?
Moscow W Bish. So the reason why your method is so much slower is because you're trying to bypass the fixed shading pipeline stages?
I'm bypassing literally everything. I'm not even bringing it into existence in the first place. There's not even a bypass, it just never happens. I really like how well that works. How nice and static it is, there's no floating around. Oh, So much work and effort. Just notice these damn black pixels are back again though. Like, there's a black light of pixels going through here. I don't know what that is. It's probably just the reflection map.
Moscow W. Bish, they always exist, it's OpenGL, not Vulkan.
Yeah, but I'm not even calling them in the first place. I literally just have a fragment shader. The fragment shader then takes this image. So the fragment shader has a texture being sent to it, the same way you send any texture.
Blemon, linked here.
What's this? Oh, I keep forgetting I'm talking to
Here are
multiple
my
people at
results.
times. Yeah, so that's just the GPU thing. Unless you have like at least a 10 range card, it seems to be trash like that. But as I said, that'll be all fixed in a moment. When it's fixed, it should run like this one. Ship game. So if you just go to my link down below to my website and you just remove the
Blemon,
.html.
I have faith.
Okay. Actually, no, I think I've got a link on it, don't I? Do I have a link to it? Yeah, ship game. If you just scroll down and go to ship game, that is one with this optimization that I'm just making. So you can see how well it runs compared to that. Although it's severely unoptimized in many other ways and looks like a potato. So yeah, that's this one. So my old loading screen. I basically brought back my 3D project because I wanted a 3D cube rotating in the screen. But yeah, this is the optimized one, so this one should run a heck of a lot faster, but I don't have the graph thing, so you can't see it, it's just CPU. So you can see the CPU is much higher, because it's doing all the extra math to optimize it. And the canvas is also a much lower resolution, it's 300 by 300, where the current one is 1K I think, or almost 1K, I don't know. But this one should run perfectly fine. You could see just in this room alone, I'm rendering 456 faces. So I got like
Blemon, it's much better, yeah.
Yeah, so I got the FPS, how much of the frame time is being used between frames. So 50% of my frame is just waiting for the next frame. I'm starting with 498 faces within the field of view, and I'm ending with 456. So I've optimized it down to that amount before sending it to the graphics card, and it's only rendering the things within the field of view. So the biggest, you can press F to interact with stuff. So this is a button on the wall, you press F, interact with, opens up that area, closes the area from the other that you just came from. I don't think I have any of the CPU, no, there's no CPU rendering things here. It's got the better physics thing. I don't think I can walk through, no, I can walk through walls, okay. But the most complicated area is not that one. Not that one. Nope. Nope. I always forget where this room is. That one? No. That one? No. That one? Yes. This is the most complicated room. You can see it's like the most amount of stuff being bumped up there. So if I go all the way to the other side and look in that general direction, it's starting off with 947 faces, and only 897 of them need to be rendered after optimizations. And this is running like within reason. So I could go up to 1,000 faces being rendered supposedly before it, you know, you're basically 1,000 before it starts falling. A little bit below 1,000. But you can see it's like as soon as that room disappears off the field of view on the side of the screen, it goes away. So it's still 947 on the floor, like out of all of the objects loaded in front and behind. And then it narrows that down to 251 now that are actually within the field of view. So lowers the performance a bit. The graphics card goes a heck of a lot faster. Anyway, so that's the optimization I'm currently doing for this newer version of it. I'm pretty sure that's the most complicated room. 600... 947, 700, 500 exactly, wow. Oh, 952. What was this one again? Wow, that one's actually more complicated. I never knew. Oh, I guess because I got all these extra cylinders down here. There's 2 on that one, 2 on this one. Oh, that's interesting. I also have transparency work. This is actually just all around a better render engine. But you may also notice the black pixels flickering around the place.
Moscow W. Bish. So on each frame, you discard any vertices not in the viewport, then pack those vertices into a texture. I am assuming you also pack in uniforms, send that to the GPU, and do some kind of manual rasterization.
It's not just discarding the vertices, it's actually cutting the faces so they fit. So you would have that's what this is. So all these different ways that faces can be outside the field of view, which is the red square, and then these green things would be triangles. This one's just really arced because to have one corner of the triangle inside the field of view and 3/4 of the field of view inside the triangle, it's a really big triangle. So yeah. So I would just literally be cutting this face to exist within here, and then all this outside stuff goes away. So I'm creating new geometry. Yeah, which you could see before when you first joined, unless this is the other guy. Yeah. And yeah, it's just sent up as this image. I have a minimal amount of uniforms being sent to the thing. Just stuff like player's location and rotation and things, because you can only send up about, what was it, like 12,000 uniforms, let's just say. I think it's 1,025 or 24 or something like that, who knows. Which basically is enough for like 20 polygons. not even 20 polygons. So I have to do it in this image way to be able to upload more information.
Moscow W. Bish. Wouldn't it be better to just discard any faces that are fully outside the view and leave the rest?
It would, except for the GPU optimization. So the GPU optimization is I'm grabbing the field of view of the screen and I'm cutting this up into sections. And then on the graphics card side, it knows what section that pixel is in. Just round by like, what do you do? You just round it or whatever, and then you can get what segment it's in for the X and the Y. On this image, I would have what polygons are overlapping with that. So this area over here has this polygon overlapping with it. It's not overlapping with any of these other ones. Therefore, I don't care about this polygon if I'm in any of the other segments. So if I just do that for all of the polygons, it makes the GPU run a whole heck of a lot faster. Around about 3 times faster. I think it's a little bit less than 3 or a little bit more than 3, I can't remember. Depending on how many times I subdivide it, but the more times I subdivide it, the slower the CPU goes.
Does that mean you have a ton of if statements inside your shaders programs?
Yep. I mean, try not to have, but yeah, there's a whole heap of them. A whole lot less than there used to be. But anyway. I need that to be sliced correctly because this is basically getting the faces on the CPU side, and because the CPU is not a per pixel calculation thing, the way that I do it on the CPU is I basically figure out where the 3 vertices are, and then you just draw lines between them. But the lines are distorted depending on the field of view of the camera, whichever way that might be. You don't see that, though, between A and B points. And I can't do any more than that because the CPU is just hecka slow with JavaScript, so that's that. So to optimize it, I have to cut it before translating it into screen space. Otherwise, yeah, you have all this distortion, because if I distort it first, then it'll have this part here and that part there, rather than having a straight line like whatever, and it would just have like one over here and, I don't know, another one down here. It's completely different outcomes, which means it doesn't line up with the grid correctly. It might completely skip tiles which you can see it in, or completely be in tiles you can't. So that's why I got to do it this way. I was hoping to optimize it further than it used to be, but
Moscow W. Bish, are you aware of how the GPU handles if statements?
Terribly. Aware of that. That's automatically paused, great. Just go back. But yeah, that one's is just linked down. It's the spaceship game. You can try that one out, see how much smoother that one runs. Also, it's a heck of a lot lower resolution, so that helps. But you can see here, it wasn't even using 50% of my graphics card, and it was rendering more polygons. Get over there. my music playing twice? Or does it just sound weird? I think it is. Oh, okay. But one of my streams might be playing. I would be able to hear myself if it was. Yeah, so my fragment shader, well, this one's doing ray tracing because it's technically ray tracing, especially that spaceship one, that's entirely ray traced. Like the C and B builds or whatever they are even more so, like do some fancy stuff. Or the A and B, I'm currently up to the C build, which is more of a mix thing. But anyway, yeah, I have a number of conditions around the place.
Moscow
I'll feel those.
All the GPU cores execute the same program and the same branch at the same time.
So the way I like to think about it is every pixel on the screen is a CPU thread. Yeah, that's how I think about it.
Which means that if you hit a different branch in a core, that core's stopped until the rest of the cores are done.
Yep. So if one of them's slow, you may as well have them all slow because it takes the same amount of time. If it's something that one pixel could potentially be slower by, you know, probability things. Unless they're all quick, they're all slow.
That's why your usage is so high while FPS is low.
Yep. I mean, well, every pixel is running the same math, all the same conditions and stuff. I try to use math as much as possible. I don't really know how to debug the graphics card to figure out which ones are faster because I can't get the proper performance. You just simply cannot get the actual performance of a graphics card. The way I'm doing it is basically telling it to do something, and then telling it to do another thing, and then grab a pixel color. And the pixel color thing will not happen, it will just basically freeze everything until it can grab that pixel. So by doing that, I can at least tell when it's finished, but then there's delay stuff going on, I don't know. It's good enough to generally tell. Within reason, I guess. I could get rid of this stuff. That was for like ray trace rendering of, you know, proper rendering. Reflection maps and like, what do you call it? You know, if a thing is like diffuse textures, reflections, I don't know, all different ray tracing properties that the ray would bounce off and interact with things. So I'm not using that at all anymore. But yeah. Basically what I'm doing is I'm doing the ray tracing, then encoding all of that ray tracing data into an image, so the RGB values are information about what the final location of a ray is, and then I go over to this one, and this one uses the final location of the ray, so I can actually look at pixels around to see what they are. So that's what the middle pixel's information is, and this is what this pixel's information is for this thread. And it does all of the magical stuff to do, like, you know, specular, normal maps, diffuse, reflections, the highlighting of selected objects. So the highlighting of the selected objects looks at the pixels around it and says, what object did you detect? And if it detects the same object, then it highlights it green. It's got a bit of a black outline around this. I downed it a bit. It was a lot more obvious. But, yeah, so it has an outline of red. And this has the same... All of these pixels have the same object ID that the ray hit as the middle pixel. And that's how it turns green. I really like how that works. Because it, like, it gets obstructed by things, like occluded. I didn't even think about that stuff working. And the outline goes around the occluded thing. Which, I mean, is obvious, but I never expected it to happen for some reason. Yeah. I could also sort of fly around the place. Woo. I don't know why I just jumped through the ceiling, but whatever. So this game was supposed to be a game sort of like The Raft, if you ever played The Raft. It only loads in areas as they need to be. Cool. Oh, there it goes. Got this fun elevator you can go up and down on. It shakes around. which is not the physics. It's designed to shake around like that. There you go. You can go back in, doors automatically close, and you go back down. I gotta have a bit of a better outline so you don't just see into the void as you go up and down. It's a really nice sphere. I love the sphere. The sphere works so well. Look at that. Look at how smooth that reflection map is. And it even reflects the black hole, which actually isn't part of the skybox. That's like an extra object. It gets rendered the same way the skybox does though, but yeah.
Moscow W. Bish. Have you thought about implementing the same exact stuff in the way WebGL was intended to be used?
I wouldn't be
Whoa.
implementing any of this stuff then, because it's all just sort of there. Yeah. No, I don't really care. I like to do things my own way. Every single thing I make, all the things on my website, everything. I just do whatever I would do if I knew what I was doing. Which I don't.
Moscow
But it works in the
W.
end.
Bish, because to me this seems like a bunch of extra effort for not much in return.
Oh, that's a heck of a lot in return. I can literally say, like, I created this. Like, I'm not just messing around, well, as within reason, with like Lego bricks that other people created, and I'm just shoving things together until a pretty picture pops out, you know. Well, yeah, which is exactly how I explain what I do. I just shove things together until a pretty picture pops out. Yeah, I'm actually creating this. Every single pixel is on the screen because I did the
Moscow
math to put it
W.
there.
Bish. Well, you're still using the
Yeah.
WebGL Lego bricks, just in the wrong way.
Within reason. I mean, I haven't built my own computer from dirt that I pooped out, you know. Not yet. One day I'll build my own machine with my own two hands, fabricate my own CPUs, and make my own operating systems. Which is one really fun project I want to do at some point, is to create a GPU, create an operating system using this image. So this image would be storing the bits of information, and then using the GPU fragment shader, it would have like a little section of it which would be like your UI. And then all of the information for everything that's going on, all of the variables of what's going on in this little area are stored all around it. So, yeah, this would be like the data, and it'll have its own operating system, so you can have like a little mouse you can move around, you can click on things, and all the information to do that is stored on the image around it. I'd have like a little area off to the side with like temporary data and, you know, the screen, another little area somewhere else that holds something else, I don't know. Maybe one around that's just holding like an atlas map of textures. I reckon that would be a really cool, fun project to do, you know, in terms of when you're really literally bored out of your mind with nothing else to do. I mean, why else would anybody be doing this stuff? Yeah, a GPU-based operating system, all entirely run on the GPU. Apart from the initial stuff sending a blank image to the GPU, you know. I reckon that'd be a pretty cool thing anyway. Which is pretty weird, because like, the other way you can think about this image is it's sort of like, this image is a hard drive, like a physical disk, but it's square. And every single like bit of information on that disk is also a CPU thread. And each pixel, each bit of data, can only output from that thread to the pixel that it's on top of, to the data that it's at. So that's why it would be so weird, because I'd be calculating information from the stuff around it, and that would go to the temporary bit, then the temporary bit would be red to display the visual bit. Like, the temporary bit jumps all around the place. And then every frame the temporary bit gets updated, then the next frame the visual bit gets updated. It'd be weird. So to store data, it would be like moving around the place, and, you know, be going all weird and crazy. It'd be really cool. But the bigger the display is, the less information you can store. I mean, I guess I could store it as the alpha pixels, if I just didn't care about transparency, layering of stuff. Which, I mean, I couldn't. I would have to have like one here and then one there, and then they both get overlaid in the middle one, sort of thing. Over the alpha. But anyway, fun times. Staying up already later than I wanted to be. Add everything back again. Nope. Yeah, that's how I'm getting the GPU performance. I'm just getting the performance before I do this read pixel data thing, and then after it.
Moscow W. Bish. Well, good luck.
Yeah. Yep. One day at a time. Not like I have anything else to do. And as I say, if you got nothing to do, if you don't work or anything like that, then you got no excuse to spend at least 6 hours a day furthering your passion, I guess. That broke everything. That's where I was up to. Okay, so the question was, why does the top half of this triangle disappear if they both should exist? That's implying that one of these things are going when they should both be going. They're not both going because if that plus that is not, which it said was true. So why did it say it was true if it was false? Really happy with the way these normal maps look. I was not expecting to get those down so well. Specula's not quite right. It wobbles around a bit when you look around in different directions. Or that's just a reflection map one. Which could be the same reason that wobbles around, I don't know. I'm pretty sure the lights also... yeah, the lights are also moving. So it was lighting up that one, like, that way. Now it's lighting up this way. But I don't care, it's good enough. Yeah, I don't have the variable set up to anything. Love it. Now I just need a game to build in it. Aren't new eyes when my projects go to die. Unless anybody here would like to help me create a game, you make the art, I'll do literally everything else. More so if you have an idea for a game. Otherwise I do have a few other ideas that would work within my engine, within the limitations. Because it ain't gonna look good unless somebody else can help me. What am I doing? Uploading. So tired. Are you not doing the thing now? Oh, there you are. Okay, so the thing goes through, you find a thing, you make the faces are made, so 0, 1, 1 to 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0, 1, 1 to 3, then to 4, then we've got a polygon there, we've got a polygon here. One of them is 1, the other one is 3, which is the two things there. One is a 2, one is a 3, false, false. False, false. Okay, so that's the problem. Why are they both false? One of the other one should be true. So that plus that, 2 plus 3, should be 5. 5 should be true. Equals 0. There you go, job done. I was hoping to avoid doing that. I feel like it's easier if I don't, quicker to run if I don't do that, but it probably makes no difference at all. Oh, refresh. What? True, true? What do you mean true, true? Not equal to 0. No. Is this entirely wrong? Okay, what? If both of them are equal to 0, or neither of them. Ow, I don't want an or. I've already got enough of those. Yeah, so if it's entirely on the outside or entirely on the inside, then I want this to go. How would they both be entirely on the inside? No. If they're both on the outside. So... what? If they're both on the outside, then one of them is possibly a 0. If they are... no. Is there any simple condition I can check for that? No. The best thing would be to just have an OR. Okay, whatever. So if not that, and not that... No. Yeah, or. No, yes, no. Or. So if that is a 0, or that is a 0, then we have one that's on the inside. If that is false and that is false, then it's false, then not is true. So that should fix the problem. If I fix this within the next 5 minutes, I will actually be on time. Although I was hoping I'd go to sleep an hour ago. Damn it. What? What? So the numbers are 2, 3. Oh, I guess that's true. But, so, if not that, or not that, is what I want. So if not that, then that is 0, that is true. Yeah. I feel like nots probably run faster than equal zeros. Nope. I missed a different problem. Bruh. Okay, okay, that should have most definitely been cut off at that point. We're only getting sliced on the one side, which is side 0. So 0. And then we're left with a 2, 3. A 2 is... a not 2 is false, and a not 3 is false. They are both false. If they are both false, then this thing is true. If they're both true, then we want to keep both of them. Unless the length is equal to or greater than 2, in which case we don't want to keep either of them. Eh. What is this? Is this somehow not what I think it is? I mean, it should be a true. Okay. That should be getting sliced twice, right? That's not being sliced twice. That one most definitely should be. So again, side 1. Oh yeah, I guess so. Because if you're getting sliced here, this shape is like that, getting sliced there. Whatever. So we go through, and we start here, side 0, we cut it, we create 2 things, one's a 1, one's a 1? No, one's a 2, one's a 3. So that quadrant, this quadrant, and then we got true, true, false. So that's true and that's true. That's true? Less than 2. Okay, that's true and that's true.
1897. Wanna become famous? Buy followers, primes and viewers on followinbot.com. Followinbot.com.
God, I wish I could just block all the bots. Why does Twitch allow those things? I mean, I guess they just have to create accounts every 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe if you just like authenticated the bot on some channels, so you had to manually add those channels or something. I don't know. Maybe. Like if he followed and then he could use the bot to do stuff. I don't know. So 2, 3, true, true. So the first true means this top part goes. The second true means this one goes. So it splices in both things, removes the original. F goes up by 1. So we've done both of those. We go on to the next one. There is no next one. Then we go. Okay. And then I slice again on the 1, so downwards. And the first one has a 1, 2 because it's the top one. So one's a 1, the other one's a 2 for the 2 quadrants. We don't care about either of those. So true, false, false. So it does this, that's false, so we just splice out, we don't care. Both of those faces don't exist that would have been created. The one that it created from doesn't exist. Did it even say that person joined, or did it just appear a message and go away? I don't know. So, yep. And the other one doesn't even get sliced. So I guess that's why I have this one remaining, because both of those went away. All we got left is that one. Makes sense. How do I not? Okay. I feel like I would not by having this go through. If that goes through, then nothing would change. But that's all messed up at the moment. I don't have the right numbers for the right places. I mean, it should do, but I don't. It's all upside down, I think. Okay. So I could just not do that. If I don't do that, we have 2 of them. If we have 2 of them, then that's that. The second one could get an extra slice going through it, but it would also work. Otherwise, I have to create a new variable thing for each of the faces, what their things are, and all the rest of the junk. So yeah, that should just not appear anymore. Which means that should... Nope, that one goes away. What is this? Why does that one disappear? So we start the thing, we have a slice on side 0. And we have a 1, 3 as normal. 2 things are added. And then we have a slice on side 1. A slice on side 1. Maybe it's because I'm doing this. No. We have a slice on... No. We have a slice on side 1, which is the 1, 3, which is the top half, which means those 2 things aren't there because there's already 2 things, but we're not excluding anything. So true, true, false. True, true. Hang on, what? Okay, we start, we have 1 slice. That's the 1, 3, 1. We have a second slice, that's a 1, 2, so yeah, the top half, we have true, false, false. So true, false, so we do the else is doing nothing. So now we should have the top half and the bottom half still, so now it should be slicing through the bottom half. Why did it not? Because I broke? Because F minus minus? Because when I initially did this, it skipped a face? I don't see any of this stuff happening. That should be on this face technically, because that one was removed. So this becomes 1. 1 is what F was. We want to plus 1 to that so it moves on to this one, but then this one breaks so F goes up by 1. Which means we don't do that after either, we do the one after that. Break should be breaking to here. So that's getting rid of, and then F goes up by 1. Yes. Oh, wait. No, that's break for that loop. This break is the only break that happens here. So I don't get it. Why is it not looping through the second one? Or is it, but it doesn't interact? How could it not be interacting? The edge should still be the same edge, unless F is wrong. The only way is F is wrong. But we're not doing that because we've already done that. That is correct as what that should be doing. So that breaks out of F, F is done, then we go out of F and back another one, so I goes up by 1 and then F is reset. So then it should just be going through one of the faces, and then it goes through the other face. So it'd be going through that one that was added within here, and then it would be going through that one with the other side. When this one goes through, it finds the thing is outside the ranges, it wants to do this, but this is false. Which is the second false. That is false. Which is this. Because that's false, it goes to the else. The else does nothing. Because nothing was done. F is not changed. F is this. Then this ends. It breaks. And then it would be doing this one. Which is the second face. The one that it didn't do. The second face should have gotten 2 intersections. Did it get any intersections? Does it not exist? So 0, 1, 3, 4, then 0, 1, 2, 3. As far as I could tell, it should exist. Okay. Do I see anything weird happening with this? Oh, really should go to bed. Damn it! Oh yes, because I have that condition here now. Oh, that's a little annoying. So I need to do that if I want to display everything. Almost. Good enough. That would display everything. Well, I don't see any reason that would be disappearing. have that on by default. So yeah, I see no reason that would just be disappearing like it is, or why this would be missing vertices. Other than a problem with the triangulation, where only triangles would be displayed, but no. Because this is showing everything that as it should be. I just gotta exclude the extras now. So if I remove that, add that back in, but keep that like that, we now just get some extra faces. That extra face. If there's two of them, but they're both outside, it'll be rendering them. But other than that, everything should be fine. Okay, what's going on there? Why is that top one existing? But the top one's not getting sliced through, which is why I'm only getting one slice, I suppose. So we start, we have a side 0, it's going through there, it's creating that, we've got a 2, 3, and then we're slicing through again, we've got a 1, 2, which would be this, but we're not caring about that, we're keeping that face as it is. Okay, never mind. And then we're starting again. Oh, then there's another slice. So now we've got a 0, 3, which is what this one is. That wasn't happening before, was it? Did I just miss it? Did I look past it? Okay, well apparently that now has the one that I wanted to have. Oh. If we have a 0, I just want the 0. Okay, maybe that's the problem. This is just equal to that. We don't care about splicing, we don't care what was there before, this is now the face. And let's just add that back. And that should fix it, maybe. Oh, I'm getting hosted. Oh, I want to go to bed. Thanks for the host. Fresh. Not sure how long ago that host happened. Apparently I got one viewer. Okay, that seems to be working as intended. Oh, that's not. And that's not. That's not. But that is. And for some reason that almost is. That is, as long as it's on that side and any other side, I assume. No, that's not. What did I mess up now? I can only assume that's something to do with this. Let's try it with that on. Causing problems. Damn it, I really want to go to that thing tomorrow. But I'm just too far in my night cycle. Too damn hot daytime. Yeah, what the world's happening with you? Alright. Well, let's just have a look. What the world's going on with that? We start, we have side 0, that's the top side. We got 0, 1, 3, 4, and then we got 1, 2, 3. We have a 0, a 1, 0. Why are we keeping the 1 and getting rid of the 0? And then we have a false, true, false. Oh, that's why. Let's change the number. If that one's not, then that one's a 0. If that's a 0, then we want that. And that would be this thing working as intended. That last one stuffing up would be because of this. Put that back again. Pretty sure that's all I gotta mess with. Oh, we don't want the if. No if. F is 0. We want the length. So if we want the if, we don't want... No, what? We don't want that, we want this. So we have the if and the 0, or we have the loop, but no if, no 0. Why do I feel like that was wrong a moment ago? When I ran it. Who knows? Damn it! What? Why? Where's the other side of my face? What's happening? But that works if I do this. What? This button? No. Why does that work, and why does the other one not? We only care about faces. Do we have multiple faces? We don't have multiple faces, we only have one face. Why is there only one face, but it doesn't work? So we start the thing, we 0, 1, 2, we don't care about. 3 has an intersection, 0, 1, 4, so 0, 1, 4. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 and 4 are the intersection points. We have a 7, which should be this side, 0, which is the middle. True, false, so it's not two things. True, so we wouldn't care about that. True. Wait, no, true. True, there's only one side, there's not two things. And false means that is not a thing, so we're keeping the 1. So that'd be the 0, this would be the 1, that is the one we're keeping. Yes. And then we start again. So this is keeping one side, that one side has 4 things. That one side is the one side in the MF. MF is only one thing. MF only has a 0. Its length is 1. This would only loop once. MF length is 1. This is true. And F is 0 just so I don't have to switch around all the Fs. So, what? Why does this only display one thing? This should have only been going once because there was only one damn face there. Only this one was added. There is only this one. It's literally defining only one being here. Its length is 1. There is only one thing. There can only be one thing. It is at index 0. So this thing's 0 length is the amount of vertices we have. We have 4 vertices. And blah blah blah, this thing should be perfectly accepted. Okay. Oh, right. So, what are you? What are you? How many times does this run? How many times does that run? Should be anything to do with these. If anything, that thing, that thing's fine. Actually, I don't think that thing ever runs. No, that thing should never actually run. That's for a potential intersection that didn't have a cut face, which should never happen. It either potentially does, or it potentially doesn't, and it's outside. Could not read property camera under fire, what? The heck are you going on about? Okay, so we cut the thing, we got a 1 and a 4. What is the 1 and 4? So we cut. So its length is 1, yes. It has 4 vertices, yes. We have A once and we have B once. Which is 2 triangles, yes. Ah, because I'd be doing that. Okay, solution. We don't do this, we don't do that, we bring this back again, but before we do that, that equals that 0 as an array. Only care about that. No. No. Ah, damn it, I gotta do the extra if, whatever. If that length is 1, no, what? No, what? No, yes, no, yes, no. Okay, yes. So if that length is 1, then we want to have all that happen. That's really annoying, but whatever. If that length is 1, we want to have all of that happen, then for this thing, so we only had one thing in there at this point, but then this is adding more within this thing, which is doing the whole triangulation thing. So I should be able to just remove all of this junk and everything's back up to right. Blah, blah, blah. I just love it when somebody hosts with many viewers and they all immediately leave. Okay, 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 okay. Great. Job damn done. Please. Let's just not care about the comments in here. And I would then... I'm pretty damn sure I can remove that and everything would be perfectly fine. Well, let's add the whole damn spinny circle thing. As long as my logs are gone. Logs are not gone. We do not want that many logs happening with that many things. And then I do a test, and then I go to bed. Hopefully regardless of the results, but I have never followed through on that. Always another thing. I mean, we'd also do want that cut. If the console to be commented. Should probably give it a test before running it through the thing. And I just bring that back. Oh, we do have some logs. 49, 45. Last log. Okay. I hope. So now we have the full-on spinny circle loading screen thing. And it should get all nice slicey diced. We probably want to get rid of that text as well. Okay, that looks nice and sharp. To me, that looks like that's perfectly as if the window had only that size. That looks all right on point. Oh, there was a thing there. That could have just been a clipping face thing. Oh, I think it showed up again, but I missed the button. Nope, that was fine. Just illusion. That one. That was okay. That's just Z depth differences. Okie dokie. So the other thing is supposedly supposed to be that thing there never runs. Is that true? Refresh. I don't think anything popping into existence where it shouldn't do. Well, okay then. I suppose the other question is what happens if this goes in front behind the camera. But rather than do that, as I said, I'm probably not going to do what I said I would. Let's just bring back the actual game. So, undo that, undo that. That one's already done, and then we just bring that back again. Does it break? Oh, we got one thing going outside of its range. Oh. Okay, so we do have some problems still. But that's looking pretty damn good. I mean, for the most part, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. I imagine GPU performance is a lot slower, faster, lower. Oh, I love it. You would never know that this is actually altering geometry information. You'd expect it's not rendering there because you don't have the canvas any bigger than that. But no, this is my math. Math does my things. I wonder how this would alter the floor texture problem. I don't know, I can't even see where it is. This might actually really help with the inverting texture thing. I mean, well actually if it's a full res it shouldn't actually do an bit of difference because that entire polygon is inside the field of view. Alright, whatever. I'm gonna go to bed now. I did do progress in the end. So, hopefully, well I'd say tomorrow, but who knows when I'm going to be on tomorrow. I probably will, because I probably won't go to that damn thing again. Last 3 damn times I could have gone to it, I didn't. Well, there's been 2 times. So this will be the 3rd time. Anywho, I'm going to go to bed now. So, okay, thanks.